Hey guys, to everybody who's there. Hopefully you can hear me. I think Trisha, you probably are driving, so it's okay if you don't talk and you just want to listen. Um, and I'm going to save all the questions for the end anyway, because this is only going to be for 30 minutes because this kicks us off in like 40. So I want to make sure that I cover everything, and then this is going to be recorded, and you can ask the questions at the end, or I'm going to be posting this on Facebook, and you can post questions in the comments of this post that I do, and then I can answer the questions in the comments, or I'll just do a quick Facebook Live and answer some of the questions that way, depending on which questions I get. So I'll just wait a couple more minutes and see if anybody else pops on. Let's see, what else did I want to say? So tonight, I know that you guys are all kind of at different stages of your business. So I'm going to just kind of cover some things that are basic, some things that are good just for like personal development wise. And I just want to kind of see where everybody is at. And then I'm going to give you some homework that you can do, and then you can submit it to me, and let me know kind of like where you're at, what you need help with, and things like that. My goals are to hold a weekly call every week to give you the basics and to help you kind of work through your struggles and figure out where you need more help. Each of you is going to have your individual struggles, which is fine. And so, that's part of what I'm trying to accomplish with the homework portion of it, is to find out where everybody's at. If, the homework doesn't apply to you, then, just tell me that, you're fine with what you've been given, and, the homework really isn't necessary. And that's totally fine. Everything's going to be optional. So you just tell me what you need help with, and then I'll try and structure it according to what you need. I think most of you already know me, but I see a number on there that I'm not familiar with. So basically, when I got started with doTERRA, I actually had no intention of doing the business at all. My mom bought me a starter kit, and my kids were sick a lot, and I didn't have a lot of natural solutions. I was very natural oriented in my house, but I didn't know what to use to help them. And so my mom bought me the starter kit, and I went into it kind of as a skeptic. I really didn't believe that the oils were going to work. But in the end, they did work, and I fell in love with the product, and I wanted to build a business. And part of it was because I went to school. I have my master's degree in psychology, but it was kind of like a stepping stone towards getting a PhD in neuroscience. And so I was kind of at like those crossroads. I had my twins. My degree was very heavy in research and statistics. And so for me to go and find a job with my degree wasn't as ideal as if I had gone all the way and got my PhD, or if I had gone more of the psychology therapy route, then I could do therapy. But my degree was only focused on research and statistics, because getting your PhD, that's what you do, a lot of research and stats. So I had my twins, and I really didn't have, a career path that I had, started going towards yet. So I really felt like I needed something to do more with my life. I wanted to be home with my kids. And I realized that going back to school really wasn't an option, because I would have been studying, I would have been in school a lot. And it wasn't what I felt I could do with twins. So I thought, this was going to be the best option for me. So I jumped in and I figured out how to make it work based off of my husband's crazy work schedule. And, I really wanted something for myself. I wanted my own business. I wanted to be accountable to myself. I wanted to build something from the ground up and just feel totally feel accomplished with what I was doing. So that's what really gave me my motivation to make doTERRA work, along with the fact that I really did love the products and I loved what they did, and I wanted to help other people. So that was kind of where I was and how I got started with it. I had just moved to a new state. We were living in Washington. We moved back to California, but we moved to a different area of California that we didn't live in before, so I didn't know anybody. My twins were only 3, so they were still at home, and so it was really difficult for me. And I still wanted to make the business work. So what I did was I jumped on social media. I watched YouTube videos. I went on. I created my accounts. I started just playing around. I tried talking to people. I tried to learn everything I could on my own. I joined Meetup.com. And I set up a group where I did classes on essential oils, and I started this within 3 months of joining the business. So I jumped right in. I didn't know what I was doing, but I still was just working through my struggles and trying to figure things out. Like I said, I watched a ton of YouTube videos. I didn't have any upline support. When my mom enrolled me, she was just a user. She really wasn't doing the business. She was just buying the oils. She didn't even know the person that she enrolled under. So, I didn't have any help. I had no support. But like I said, I was really determined to make this work. So I just figured things out. I'm here for you guys, so you guys have that benefit. So I want to, give you the stepping stones on how to get to where you want to be. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So basically, if you truly want to do the business, you do have to do the work. You will be your own business owner, and you're doing this for you. So remember that and keep that in mind. We'll talk about developing your why, and which will help you power through your struggles. So one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, because it's new information that's going to be helpful for you when you do talk to people, is that, such a difference between doTERRA and the other essential oils. So there's been a lot of research within this past year about how many companies have adulterated oils. So like you can go everywhere and you see essential oils on the shelf, which is just crazy to me. The most recent information was revealed at the leadership conference that showed oils from 50 different companies that were tested, and 95% of them were adulterated, which means that there was something with them. There was synthetic oils, they were watered down with carrier oils. Only 3 companies that this company tested had 100% pure essential oils. And this company is a third-party research lab. They are not owned by doTERRA. doTERRA pays them to test their oils. So they have no affiliation with doTERRA at all. So the 3 companies of the pure oils, one of them, of course, was doTERRA. One of them was a very small boutique company that has a higher price point than doTERRA. So their frankincense is actually $200, just to give you an idea. And then the other company is another small boutique company, but they're facing bankruptcy. So that just gives you an idea of where doTERRA stands when it comes to, like, you know, the purity and potency of their oils. You're going to find that people are buying their oils from Amazon. Many people don't realize that these oils are secondhand. They try to avoid getting an account and having to pay for shipping. Some people are scared that having an account means they're going to have to sell. They might have a monthly fee, and it's just all miscommunication. And they need to know the truth about the oils that are being sold. They need to know how they can save money by just having their own account with doTERRA. I've signed up a lot of people recently who've been buying their oils from Amazon, and they didn't realize that these oils can be tampered with. You can change the caps off the bottles and make it look like it's brand new. And people don't realize this. They think that, oh, doTERRA, it's doTERRA selling it on Amazon, but it's not. It's a secondhand product that is being sold on Amazon, and nobody's allowed to be doing it. So it's just all about education. And when you talk to somebody and they say, oh, I'm using doTERRA, okay, great. That's so awesome that you're using, you know, the oils from the largest essential oil company in the world. Just curious, do you have your own account? That's all you have to do to start the communication. And then you find out, like, oh, I'm buying it from a friend, or I'm buying it from Amazon, or, you know, I got it for free somewhere, whatever. And then you just kind of work through. If they're buying it through a friend, ask them if their friend sells the oils. If their friend doesn't sell the oils, then tell them they can save more money if they get their own account. And some people will say, oh, well, I get my friend's discount or whatever. And that's fine, but they need to know that their friend is probably getting credit back from their purchases. So their friend is taking their money, you know, so they could be getting that credit back when they order through the loyalty rewards. So it's just all about education and just asking lots of questions and finding out, you know, what's going on. Okay, so what I want you to do, I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to write down the answers. I know that we're kind of on a time constraint, so I'm just going to ask the questions, and then I'm going to post them in the comments when I post this on Facebook. And then what I want you to do is write down your questions, email to me, and send this CC to your mentor. So if I'm not your mentor, then send it to your mentor, so that they can keep in the loop of the answers. So first question, what are your goals with doTERRA? Do you want to just use the oils? Are you going to be a casual sharer? Do you just want to pay for the oils, have extra money each month, maybe have enough money for a vacation with your family every year? Or do you want to build a business? Do you eventually want to replace your income and retire you and your husband from work and just rely on doTERRA completely? Question number 2, how much time can you invest in your business each week? So think about your current schedule. If you work 40 hours a week, maybe you can invest maybe half an hour a day or an hour a day, you know, depending on your schedule, depending on how much you have going on in your life. See how much time you can invest in your business every week. The third question, if I asked you to do a class 3 days from now, what fears come to your head? Do you feel unprepared? What do you feel unprepared about? Are you worried about what you would say? Are you worried about how to invite, or how the class structure is going to go? Fourth question, if I asked you to make contact with some people that you know, to start making connections, what would stop you from doing this? Fifth question, are you happy with your current income or your current financial status? And you don't have to give me details about anything. I just want to know, like, you know, are you happy with it? What are your goals? What would you dream of being able to accomplish? What are your current times? Are you happy with, you know, your schedule of work where you're working from certain hours or certain times or whatever? Some of these questions are going to help figure out what could be stopping you from reaching your full potential. Some people might be okay with walking up to a stranger and talking about oils, But some people can't even approach their friends and family about this. So facing our fears means to recognize what they are and finding ways to overcome them. And the only way to succeed and grow is to get out of your comfort zone. Personal development is very important. I focus on this every single day. I listen to podcasts. I watch YouTube videos. I do whatever I can to get information because there's so much I don't know. And, when you don't know, that's where you get fears. You don't know where to go. You don't know how to accomplish what you need to do. I recommend reading Girl Wash Your Face. I have a digital copy that I can give you if you haven't read it yet. I recommend listening to podcasts from life coaches. I can give you a list of things that I listen to, and you can choose to listen to that as well. I can recommend a new podcast every week that I can post and that I felt was worthwhile to listen to. And then I want to talk about Rachel Hollis, who wrote Girl Wash Your Face. So she was at leadership, the doTERRA leadership in Atlanta last week. And she talked about, she had a speech that she talked about. And I wrote down some notes from it, so I want to talk to you about it to kind of get some thoughts triggered. So what she said was anything she ever wanted to know in business, she figured it out. But you can't do it the same way somebody else does. Personal development is personal to you only. She used Google. She listened to podcasts. She built this amazing company from basically having a high school degree and Google. The answers are out there. You just have to find them. Knowledge is this answer to your insecurities. There is a difference between arming yourself with knowledge and comparing yourself to others. The knowledge is out there, and you can choose to find it or not. If you don't know how to get customers, the answers are out there for free. Ignorance is a choice, but you are the solution. Ask yourself one question. What is the one piece of information that would change everything for you? This answer will be different for everybody. You might be super motivated right now. You might want to tackle it all, but you want to focus on one thing at a time or you'll get overwhelmed. You have to figure out what you need help with first and then get to researching your answer. For example, you might live in a small town and you feel like it's completely tapped out. So you feel like everybody that you talk to has already got doTERRA, they might already have Young Living or whatever. But there is another wellness advocate living in a small town somewhere and totally crushing it. They found the answer. So the answer to that problem is out there. You just need to find it. This is the type of business that you can set your own goals. You can achieve as much or as little as you want. There are people out there doing this business to take kids on vacation every year or to help the family out financially. The financial side of this business is amazing. It's helped people stay at home, helped stay-at-home moms, especially like me, who wanted to help contribute to an income and be able to stay at home with their kids. It's allowing people who never thought they could live anywhere but a trailer home and be able to afford a home of their dreams on a beach, just like that video that I posted in the group. So don't be afraid to talk to people about oils. You should be proud of the opportunity that it has provided you. You have a solution for people. You are doing people a disservice by not telling them about the oils when they have a headache or other health concerns going on, or maybe that their kids are sick all the time, just like I did. Think about all the medications, all the over-the-counter drugs and everything that these kids are taking, and because people don't know any other way. They don't know how to help their kids, when they have a cold or when they get the flu or they get, headaches or whatever. When they take the medications, it only puts a mask on the illness. It puts more strain on the body because it has to not only fight the illness, but it's got to fight to get all those drugs out of the system as well now. These oils have changed lives. I've seen it. I've seen people who have been helpless and needed solutions, and it's just totally changed them, the way that they think about things. The worst that somebody is going to say to you is that they want to stick to their over-the-counter drugs. They want to stick to their pharmaceuticals. And that's totally fine. That's their decision. But at least you gave them that choice. At least you gave them that opportunity to know about there's something else. And maybe it's not that time for them. Maybe it's not the time for them to look for something natural. They might get to that point where they will come searching for you, but they might not be at that stage right now. But at least it planted a seed in their head that that's an option. I always say, go for the no. And if you don't know what that is, basically, the more no's you get, the closer you are to getting a yes. So let's say you go out and you just ask everybody, would you like to come to my class this weekend? Would you like to meet with me to learn more about oils? For every no that somebody tells you, you're closer to getting somebody who says yes. So another thing that Rachel talked about was people who are judging you are not the ones who will get to the end of their life with what if and regrets. So if this is something that you want, do it. The power is within you. And always remember, if other people have made it in this business to the highest ranks, so can you. These people are regular people, just sharing oils. I was just in Puerto Vallarta, and I was talking to all the other top leaders in the company, and they're regular people. They are not doctors or scientists or aromatherapists. Most of these people are just stay-at-home moms that just started to do the business to help their families and to help provide another income source. So you don't need to feel like you have to have some spectacular skills to do this business. It's not what it's about. It's just sharing the oils and the financial opportunity for people. So what I really want you to consider is your why. That's what's really going to drive and motivate you through the most difficult times. There was a philosopher and poet who said, "He who has a why can endure anyhow." So when you have a reason for doing something, it gets easier to keep doing that thing, even when the odds are against you. Your why helps you with commitment. It gives you a purpose and a passion and strength too. So how do you determine your why? What you do is you think, what and who do you feel most passionately about? What is the legacy you want to leave behind? How will you be remembered? What are your strengths? And how do you use them to inspire others? Once you've answered these questions, look at the answers and look for things that stick out to you. A common theme that might connect them all. Identify the words and phrases that resonate most with you internally. Then string them together in a sentence that you can memorize and say to yourself all the time. Put it on your vision board. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Put it in your car. Put it somewhere where you're going to look at it all the time. And let it be your mantra for life. Your why is your cause and something that you're fighting for. Subconsciously, it defines your beliefs and the lens with which you look at the world. So it's so important because I have bad days all the time where, there's just, I feel frustrated. I feel like discouraged. And then what I do is I just think about, why did I start doing this? What do I need to do to get back on track? I put in a podcast, I start reading some stuff, I listen to testimonials. I do whatever I can to get me back into that stage of motivation and getting me back to where I need to be. Set goals. So this helps you break things down into achievable and measurable steps that you need to do to bring your own vision into life. Your goals will give you direction on your path and lead you to success. Research shows that those who set goals who are more successful than those who don't. So it's vital that you set goals that speak to you. And here's a couple goal-setting strategies. So make your goals measurable. Listing specific surroundings your goals can help you measure your success. So include dates and times and quantities. Identify roadblocks. So these are going to happen, and you just need to know what they are and know how to get through them. So listening to podcasts and watching YouTube videos to learn about what are some objections, or what are some things I can say to people to help get them interested about the oils. And then celebrate yourself. So when you do achieve a goal, celebrate and be proud of what you've accomplished. And of course, stay optimistic. So setting goals and reaching them can be challenging, but allow for the failure and learn from it. It's never going to be perfect. You may not reach your goal, and that's totally fine, but at least you set that goal, and at least you did something to work towards it. And celebrate the fact that you didn't get the goal, but you got close, or you tried. And that's all that matters. Consistency is so powerful in this business. You can't just put a bunch of work in for like a couple weeks and then feel discouraged and take a month off. Because then after you take that month off, it's like starting over again. Just push through. Take a day off if you need to. Go exercise. Go do something that's going to motivate you. And then jump back in. Just use that why that you created to jump back in and get your business going again. So set short-term goals. Try setting a daily, weekly, and monthly goal. These are goals that will help you ultimately get to your long-term goal. So for example, maybe you set a goal to reach out to one person every day. And this is not just to say talk to one person. Somebody is saying that my page, this is totally blank. Is somebody able to type and tell me if you're even able to see and hear me? I hope so. It looks like my video is running. Okay, thank you, Jennifer. Okay, so setting your short-term goals, such as reaching out to one person every day. And this doesn't have to be to tell them about the oils. It could just be to reach out as a friend, like, hey, I was thinking about you today. How are you doing? And then starting conversation, meeting for coffee, meeting for a drink, whatever you want to do. Your next goal for the month might be enroll one person a month. And yeah, one person a month is not, a substantial amount of people, but it's getting you closer to your end goal. Once you enroll one person a month, the next month, set a goal to enroll 2 people. Next month, enroll 3 people. You can slowly work your way up to the goal, but you just need to set the goal. Long-term goals are great to be able to see that vision in the future, which a vision board is going to help you do. So putting that long-term goal on the vision board to see that and how your little goals are starting to get you towards that long-term goal. So for example, maybe you want to be diamond or blue diamond in X amount of years. So you just put that goal up on your vision board, put a picture of a diamond or a blue diamond. I'll show you what I have on my vision board. So somebody posted this, which is their, their qualifications. So this was for a presidential diamond, and that's my ultimate goal, is to be presidential diamond. But this I keep on my vision board because this just shows, what a presidential diamond, back office looks like. And last year when I went to leadership, they accidentally gave me a presidential diamond badge thing for my name tag. So obviously I'm not presidential diamond yet, but I can believe that I am and put it on my vision board. So and then I also have a roller bottle that I haven't filled yet. It says presidential diamond on there. So, you know, obviously my goal is to be presidential diamond, as you can see. So I have things that will remind me of that and know that that's my end goal and that's where I want to eventually end up. So here's what I want you guys to do, and I'll post this in the comments when I post this on Facebook. So first of all, if you don't know the build guide, download the build guide and read through it. I'm also going to post a video on how to work through the build guide. Next, if you've already done that, don't worry about it. This is just for people who haven't done this yet. So, you know, this is kind of like a starting point. But some of you have been doing this for a while, so I get that. You don't have to do this. The next one will be, I'm going to post info on how to make contact with someone and how to set up a one-on-one. So I want you to watch the video and just kind of make your own notes about how you would structure the conversation based off of the notes that I gave you. And then lastly, I will be posting a contest that you all can participate in. And I don't have all the details of it yet, but basically it's just something that's going to help you achieve little short-term goals. And I just haven't worked out all the details to it yet. So stay tuned for that. I'll be posting about it in the next day or two. Okay, so that's kind of all that I wanted to talk about tonight. Like I said, I really just want to kind of learn and figure out where you guys are at with your businesses and where I can be of assistance to you. And I already do some calls with some of you on a personal basis. So if you feel like that would be helpful, I can do that as well. But I will be doing these weekly calls as well, so for everybody to jump in and, you know, be able to learn all at once. So you guys can decide what works best for you. But I hope that you guys will participate in the homework and everything that I'm going to be posting, because I do believe it's going to be helpful for you. And feel free to definitely reach out to me if you have any specific questions or concerns, and we can work through that as well. So I hope you guys have a good night. And like I said, I'll be posting this on Facebook with all of the information that I already talked about, with the questions for you to answer, and you know, that I already asked you. So anyway, have a good night, and I will talk to you guys soon.